Hey, good.
Good, good. Good to hear that you're good. What would you like to debate about today?
So my topic's about only children. I think people should always avoid dating someone who's an only child if possible,
I've
if
never been
that's
so
all right.
rage baited by a argue. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna come at this kindly and level-headedly.
Okay.
Because you know
So
what? I've seen this debate a lot on TikTok. Okay, lots of people say that they wouldn't date only children. Lots of people say that. Or
yeah,
tell me
because
why.
generally what they're selfish, spoiled, annoying, they don't know how to compromise, everything's about them. But I also think there's a big genetic component as well.
Genetic, brother. What do you mean
Yeah.
genetic?
Okay.
What? It was in my
So
genes to be an only child.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So they're an only child. So that means that their parents, for whatever reason, only managed to have one child.
Okay,
Like
hold on. Okay,
that
yeah,
in
sorry, carry
itself
on.
should
Yep.
be a freaking red flag, bro. Because like let's say you have two families. One has 10 children, the other one has one child. Which which family is more likely to suffer from infertility, you reckon?
Yeah, but there
Probably
is
the
such
one
thing
with
as
one
like
child, right?
birth control.
Well, I'm
Like
just
I
saying,
think a
like
lot of
they're
the
more
time
likely
now
to.
children are chosen more than they just keep popping out, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the people that have 10 children are kind of walking the walk on that one.
Okay, right.
That's
Okay,
it's
this
a
is
bit
all the
cope to
reasons that you're
say, oh,
absolutely
they're just
completely
choosing, bro.
wrong. Okay, this is why you're so friggin' wrong. Okay, and oh my gosh, you know what? Actually, thank you so much. I love you for coming on with this argument. Okay, because a lot of people say this. This is not that rare of a thing, right? All the only children I've ever met in my life, plus me, were not only children because of infertility. We were only children because our parents didn't divorce, bro. I don't know how else to put it. Okay, our parents didn't get along. Okay, honestly, neither of my parents really wanted children, right? Like, they didn't really want children. Like, my mom was 39 and my dad was 40. Like, they were pretty much not gonna have kids. And then my grandma was like pressuring them because they got together really late, right? And like, yeah, my mom was like fertile. Bro, what do you want me to say? Like she was,
That,
okay,
I don't
but
know.
like they didn't really want children, right? And that happens a lot. Like, and then they have one and they realize they didn't really want. But like, yeah, I don't know how else to put it, right? Okay, but that's like quite common, right? It's either like all the only children I've met, like the dads, like the parents either didn't get along and they got divorced, or they were didn't really want kids and they were like, oh lol, let's try it last minute, you know. And it's not infertility. I've never met anyone who was an only child because they could only have one child. So first of all, argument dismissed. Okay.
I'm saying that's more likely.
Second of all, you literally proved your first argument wrong by saying that by
Oh, then
saying
why
wait,
not?
hold on, let me get this in my head. Okay, you literally prove your first argument wrong of saying that only children are like spoiled and stuff when you said that like pretty much no one chooses to only have one child, right? So if they don't choose to have one child, there's probably a reason why they only had one child. Okay, so the reason that I'm like, oh my gosh, I hate the argument of only children being spoiled so friggin' much, okay, is because I feel like if you have multiple children, right, a lot of the time your parents see that as like a family, right? Like they see it as a family, and you're more likely to do family things together and be like a unit, right? Okay, but if you only have one child, there's probably a reason, and so you
Yeah,
don't
because
really
there's
see it
probably
as a
something wrong
family,
with
and
them.
then especially like, you know, if your parents then get divorced, it's like there wasn't really a family, right? And so, in my opinion, that's literally the opposite way around to what it is, because you're less likely to do kid stuff and get kid stuff and all that stuff if your parents don't really see it as a family. I don't mean this as sympathy bait, okay? I just mean this because I hate this take so much because it's so not true. Like, okay,
Doesn't that
I
kind
feel
of prove
like,
my point?
what? What? No?
Like, if I'm saying only children are problematic genetically, like, would you say, like,
Janetta, what do you
let,
mean? I've never met an only child that's an only child because their parents couldn't.
I'm not just saying that, bro. I'm saying, let's say there's a freaking, I don't know, a duck, and then for some reason this duck has only had one
Yeah, but bro,
duckling,
ducks don't have
and
birth
then all the
control.
other
That's not
ducks
the
have like
same.
hundreds or whatever.
But that's
Like, there's probably
completely
something wrong with
different.
that duck that's
What do
only
you
having one.
mean? That's not the same, bro. The ducks can't choose when they have kids. Okay, humans
Like,
can.
what is the point? The point is to live a long life and to reproduce, right? Isn't that kind of the point?
Well, lots
And
of
if you're
people
sort
don't
of
want
dodging that,
kids.
well, that's probably,
But lots of people. Okay,
something wrong
no, that's the worst argument ever because ducks can't choose when they have kids. Okay, they don't have any control over that. Okay, so yeah, if a duck only has one kid, it probably means that they are less able to have children. I don't think there's very much of a correlation between how fertile one may be and how many kids they have in humans, right? Obviously, there's a small correlation, but I don't think it's a very big correlation. I think it's much more how much do you want children. Neither of my parents ever set out to have families, right? They that was never their goal. Like, they're both very career orientated, and I feel like sometimes, and this doesn't go for all only children, I think sometimes only children can be like, how do I say it? Like, wanting approval more, right? Because you have a lot of expectations. Like, for example, I don't have any cousins either, right? So it's like how well I do not only determines what my parents think of me, but like also my grandparents, right? But that's not a bad thing, okay? That's not the worst. Like, yeah, maybe it means that I get affected by nice comments and mean comments more, but like, I don't think that's a bad thing. I really, 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 really disagree.
So there's no
fertility
fertility issue, but you say that you have no cousins.
Yes.
So that means that your uncles and aunties also didn't have children.
Yes.
Right? So that kind of proves my point that there's a long-standing history of something being problematic.
What do you mean? No, it's not. My mom was an only child, and then my uncle on my dad's side. What do you mean? My mom didn't have a child. Yeah, my mom was an only child, and then my dad had a brother who didn't want children. This is a very common thing to not want children.
You're trying to like limit the damage here, saying, "Oh, it's only because of that."
It is only because of that. My mom wanted a kid. She insta got a kid.
Move on to the next point.
No, but it's so stupid because I know that it's so not true.
We'll see what chat thinks at the end of this.
Bro, no, we're not seeing what chat thinks about the fertility of my family, bro. That's so friggin' weird.
I'm not just talking about you, bro. I'm talking about only children as a whole.
No, you are talking about me. You are, yeah. But okay, yeah, okay. Moving on from that because it's just not true.
Okay, so, all right, so someone's an only child.
I'm not range painted.
Let's say, okay, so let's talk about sex-specific traits, right? Okay, so sex-specific traits. So let's say you're a woman, so you don't have a brother, okay?
Okay.
Where am I going with this? So what is your thoughts on penises generally? It's part of the debate.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, so what do you think about, like, let's say, does size matter? Would you think the average woman would be happy if their partner had a micro penis?
This is not related to only children.
It is. I'll get to it.
This is not related. Tell me how it's related. I'm not answering that question.
Okay,
just tell me
so
how it's related.
let's say what her brother has is essentially what she has genetically, right? Do you agree with that? Because they're carrying the same
not
genes,
necessarily.
Right? Well, okay, generally yes, but
generally yes, like generally the same as any other male in her family.
Yes. Okay. So let's say the brother had a micropenis. Okay. Do you think someone willingly would then want to have their children to have a micropenis?
This is not related to only children at all, bro.
It is because, bro, listen, like, let's say that let's say I'm seeing someone and I walk into the urinal and I see their brother and he has a...
Well, you could just replace that with their dad.
Okay, well, you can, but their dad's going to have less...
Or their granddad.
Genetics. They're going to have less genetics in common to them to their brother is, right?
What do you mean, no?
Yes, they are.
No, they're not. Trust me, I did biomed.
Because they get half the
trust me
genetics
on
from
this.
their mum and half the genetics from their dad.
What? Not 100% the generation of their brother. What? It's a random combination.
No, they're more.
Okay, we're not going to talk about. You just have to believe me. Okay, you're. That's not true.
It's true, bro.
Okay. Whatever. Okay. Okay, you know what? No, actually, we're not going to go into. No, yeah, we are going to go into this. Okay, can you please explain to me why you are more genetically similar to a brother than a father?
Because the father shares.
Half,
The father gets his
approximately.
genes from his mother, his grandfather, and you get your genes from your mother and your dad. So
Okay,
you're
so
gonna be
you
more
share
similar to your brother, right?
approximately half your genes with your dad. Not actually, but let's just say that you do. Okay, and you share half your genes with your mom. Okay, you get a random combination of those halves. Simplifying, I know this isn't actually how it works. And your brother gets a random half combination from your mom and your dad. Okay, you share approximately half with your brother and half with your dad.
Okay, continue.
So it doesn't. Okay. Back to only
Okay,
children, bro.
my ultimate point, bro. My ultimate point is that
Mhm.
if you saw, if you can, let's say you saw someone whose brother did have a small thing,
Okay, so
you
you
might
need to. So you
someone might
should
think that
date.
their children are then gonna have a small thing because of that.
So
They're
you
gonna
should
share
date
genetics with them.
person with a brother more. So you would
Sorry.
only date girls with brothers. So you can see
I'm
that
saying that
brothers
only you should avoid
peepees.
dating only children where possible, where
So
possible,
when you
because you can't
think.
know that information. That
So
information can't
when
be
you
known to
think
you.
of dating a girl, you think of their brother's size. Buddy,
Bro, if
Jacob,
I'm
I don't
dating a
know,
girl,
bro. I
there's
feel
nothing
like.
I love more than to see her brothers.
Uh-huh. Well, okay,
I
maybe.
just want to be sure in that regard, you know.
So maybe you have something else to admit, but I feel like on the whole, okay, you didn't prove that only children are more selfish or anything like that, okay? I really do not think there's pretty much. I mean, I know that there's like zero. Why am I even talking about this?
Bro, okay, so where do you let's say it's not that.
Parents very versatile. People are.
Yeah, I'm saying the genetics play a factor.
Well, considering they actually had a child at 39 and 40, like as soon as they wanted to, surely that like completely disproves your point. Because most people struggle to have children that late.
I mean,
So surely that's like the opposite. Like, so
my
that
grandmother
disproves.
had
Okay,
13
so.
children, and they probably kept going until that point. I don't know how
Okay,
long they
well,
kept
I'm
going
not saying
for,
that your
but
grandmother wasn't able to have children, though. That's not what I'm saying.
if someone has a lot of children, they're more likely, they've sort of proved the point that they're not infertile,
Well, I never said they were.
Well, I'm saying that it proves the point that they're not.
Okay, but you haven't proved any of your points.
I proved a lot of points.
No, you didn't. Okay. So let me recap on this
Okay, so
debate.
not only they're only child, they're freaking. I said, they're an only child. They're spoiled. They're sheltered.
Selfish,
You know,
annoying.
only children. They're more likely to get like allergies because of their shelteredness. They're weaker immune systems.
What?
You know that?
Bro, did you just make that up?
No.
No. They're so sheltered, they're more like, what, so they don't go outside?
Okay, consider your parents have 10 children. They can't
Okay.
really look after them all. So they're going to run around
Yes, they
outside, blah,
can.
blah, blah. Let's say they only manage to have one child. They're going to be probably pretty protective of that child. So they're probably
No,
more
they're
likely
not.
to.
No, but that's literally, I'm just
Well,
proving
they
the
are.
point. Oh my gosh. But bro, as I just said, they're not going to be protective of that child, okay? because if they have more children, it probably means that they want to have children more. So they probably like children more. There's just more. Bro, the more children you have, the more you like children, and the more you're probably going to give to your children.
Well, I think it's
Chat keeps on saying
okay.
time. Chat, Jacob, they're calling you boring, okay? I'm calling you mean and I'm calling you stupid because you don't understand genetics. Okay, bud? Okay.
Is it over? Did they vote?
Chat one, if you feel like, everyone's gonna agree with you now. Okay, one, if you feel like only, what was your debate? Okay, okay, one, if you should avoid dating only children.
Child.
Two, if you should not. I'm not saying that they're not different. Okay, I think the middle child, the bottom child, the top child, okay, an only child, okay, they're all very different from each other. Like I think it's different personalities, but I don't think you can be like, oh, I'm not gonna date a youngest child because they're a wimp and a crybaby. Yeah, I wouldn't date youngest children because they're wimps. So, now what?
I mean, they say that, what is it, for like, the run through the litter, that exists for a reason. I don't know why that is, but probably a reason for that,
Yeah, but that's not because they're the youngest. I don't think the runt is
isn't
the
it?
youngest. It's just the runt. Oh, I mean, also
Well, I
a
don't know
litter,
that.
they all come out at the same time, so that literally makes no sense. Anyways, Jacob, you know what? One day
That's
I'll
true.
give you education on biology, but for now, oh 07 Burr, sorry you lost.
Wow, I won this debate.
Well, you didn't win the. Oh, chat. I know. Oh, that's my deodorant, by the way. I know. I know it seems like a dumb debate, but a lot of people do think that. A lot of people do think that. A lot of people like, I would never date someone with divorced parents, and I'd never date an only child. I'm shocked. It's over for me. I don't even know. Anyways, it depends on the individual. No, okay. It depends on the individual. Okay, I really do think that birth order is like a big thing. Okay, but I feel like saying only children are spoiled is so the opposite. Like, I think only children like validation, okay, because they want to impress their parents. I think they like validation. I think they feel compliments and insults more, but they were not spoiled. I so strongly disagree with that. I have met a lot of only children, obviously, because my mum was just friends with people that had only children, because I don't know. Anyways, I've met a lot of only children. And if the one thing that I've never met an only child be, it's spoiled. And I don't mean that as like a sympathy bait. I mean that as like it just doesn't make any sense when you actually think about it, because people normally
What
don't
about
choose to
my
only have one
birth order?
child.
First for my mom, fourth for my dad.
You're cooked, lad. It's GG's. It's GG's. It's over for you. Okay. If you know the person already, how would this information change how you see them? Well, it's normally when you get to know someone, right? If they're like, oh, I'm an only child, oh, I'm a firstborn, right? It will shape the way that you're like, oh, so they're probably more like that. I guess it's that. But yeah, obviously, if you've known them for 5 years, it's not going to make much impact and all that. Okay, no, see, I got so rage baited. I was trying so hard not. Should I just scream next time? I'm gonna scream next time. Okay, Nosy, hello, welcome
Even
in,
if you are
Harley.
an only child, if you are part of this community, you are part of a bigger online family.
Oh, hey.
Hello,
Sorry,
hello. How
ready.
you doing?
Doing great. So are you ready?
Hell yeah, I'm ready. I got rage baited by the last debate, so so hit me with it. I'm ready to scream.
Okay. So first, so with stocks or whatever, when they rise and fall, it's based on society's entertainment with them, right?
Wait, say that again?
The value of stocks are representative of people's enjoyment.
People's enjoyment, not really. It's just if they think
Oh,
they're
why
gonna
not?
go up or not.
Yes, because of people's use with them.
Well, if people just think they're gonna go up, well, people normally invest in them.
Only children are technically both
Yes,
the
and why
oldest
do they
and
invest in
youngest
it?
child. A
Tesla's
discontinuity.
hella inflated as a stock. But people just invest in Tesla because they think it's gonna go up more, or not so much anymore. But like, it's not always got that much correlation with how well the company is actually doing. Sometimes there's a correlation, but it's not the only reason.
Right. It's expected value, which I'm translating into their entertainment, whether that means like the value, the entertainment they're going to get out of it, which is how they're going to get from point A to point B.
People just invest in things they want to make money in, bro. I don't know.
Right. So my point is, some things go too far and lose their entertainment value.
Like
So-
what? So what's the hot take?
Let's see. Well, the idea of my debate is that everything is a human construct. The stocks are representative of if we want to continue constructing into it. And I think it's hit a point where time to deconstruct that. And things like,
So
I would
you
say
want to
video games
deconstruct
and stuff like that.
stocks?
Video games and stuff like that, losing value, but we aren't ready to stop investing into them.
What do you mean video games are losing value? More people play video games than ever.
Do you want to go on with that? Like, continue your thought?
No, I just don't think video games are losing value.
Okay, so my argument would be like people aren't enjoying Call of Duty as much. People aren't enjoying
Okay, but there are like new
like
games.
online games so much.
Right, but they're still playing lots of games. You just like move on.
Move on with what?
Games?
No, but okay, so did you play games in the past?
I've played games, yeah.
Yeah, recently. But do you have games from farther back to compare them to?
No, I wasn't allowed when
Oh,
I was
okay,
a
so
kid to play games because I wasn't spoiled.
okay,
Sorry,
what's your favorite game
I'm
now?
crashing out over the last one. But no, I didn't have games actually when I was a kid. I didn't play any games when I was a kid. Okay, you know what I also didn't have? Fast food. Okay, I didn't have any fast food until I was 16 years old. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, I didn't play games. Okay, I didn't have a phone. Okay, I didn't have any of that. You know why? Okay, because I was an only child. Okay. Sorry.
well, everyone right now probably thinks you're lucky for that.
No, I don't. Some like weird person be like, oh my gosh, you're so lucky that you didn't
You're so
play
lucky.
games. Well, like, why would they think I'm lucky for that? What?
Okay, so my best friend growing up was not allowed to have social media or use his phone or have his identity online at
Oh
all.
my gosh, I'm so jealous.
And all
of
he
him.
did,
Mm-hmm.
all he did was play basketball with his older brother in the backyard, and he wasn't even allowed in his backyard all the time.
Right.
And now he's a super successful guy.
And now he's not going to be XQC.
Nah, he should be. It's just a matter of he's going to not be a gamer in his childhood. Like he's going to invest himself to retiring in his childhood and then turn into a gamer when he gets older.
Well, yeah, but okay. So what you're saying is you could be a pro basketballer if you play basketball as a kid, but hold on, you can't be a pro basketballer unless you play basketball as a kid. But you can be a pro
you're way
gamer
off. Yeah,
if you don't
No,
play games
no.
as a kid. That's just literally the same scene. Like what?
No, he dedicated himself to his studies. His parents, he's Saudi Arabian. His parents are strict about religion. Like,
Yeah, I dedicated myself to my studies as well. Look where that got me.
in what way? What'd you study? Curious.
Well, in school, subjects. I don't know what you say.
Okay. What's your independent study? What do you enjoy to study on your own?
The human body, creepy champ.
No, I independently study psychology. So some people would say I'm off track with my opinions. I don't think so.
Nice, but okay, I'm still a bit confused about the debate.
Yeah, I was getting back to that too. To get off track, you said something about didn't play enough video games to understand the value of video games.
Right.
So nowadays, it's getting too complicated. People, they're doing the full body tracking, this and that, for things you could just go outside and do. So my point is we need to start deconstructing like our personalities around video games, putting so much personality into video games and put it more into okay, so the reasoning we need to stop investing in video games is because people who are growing up with these things, it's almost like a cyber dystopia where if you have that stuff, if you're like your parents bought it for you when you were a kid, you have an advantage, but it gets boring at some point. It stops being a dystopia and starts just being a lie.
What?
And
Why?
the human
Why does it
mind-
get boring at some point?
It takes too long to develop because it's not a human thing that just develops on its own. You have to go into the coding and do like 10 steps to make one thing happen. So
Okay, so
stops
you
being
want
so
to
human,
stop
and
making
it develops too
games
slowly.
as detailed because they'll get
Well, stop
boring.
like motivating people to do it, whether it's like like
Bro, I don't know what the
ads or
debate
it's not.
is.
Like I just think we need to change direction. And the reason for that is I said when people grow up with it, mind enjoys dystopias. So you so what's like a basic human thing that you would do as a kid
Drink water.
that's enjoyable?
I learned French with my dad. Don't test me on that.
Okay, so like a social conversation piece.
Yeah, we would talk in French to each other. Bro, it's actually so depressing. I forgot all of it. But yeah, we would talk in French.
Right. So your brain, you're not French, but you wanted to do that dystopia where like, oh, it's a human thing. I want to try out, just changing yourself. That's how dystopia functions.
Damn.
Changing yourself.
Okay.
So investing into this cyber dystopia gone so far that it's gotten away from being human. So now some people are interpreting it like less of a dystopia because you can't change your mind to agree with it. Now it's a lie where some people who didn't grow up with it, they pick up a video game and go, oh, none of this makes any sense.
Okay,
And
but
they keep
there's lots
thinking
of
about that.
different games you can play for lots of different people. Like,
And they're mostly just job simulators.
what? Most games are job simulator. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know how many people are killing people in their jobs.
The war games that you're thinking of, yeah, that's a job. And war.
Okay. Yeah. I guess. I mean, you don't respawn in real life as well, which makes things a lot less fun doing it in real life
That's why
compared
it's
to
a
a game.
simulator.
I don't know if I'd want to play Valorant IRL. Scared.
But it'll get there eventually. I mean, I feel like the version of that that's coming real soon is going to be you're fighting wars with drones, a controller.
Okay.
But-
Can I put a vote on this? I feel
Oh,
like
my point is,
yeah.
we need to get back to our human dystopias rather than these
Okay.
like robot dystopias. We need
But
something
why?
more
I
along the
just don't
lines of.
understand why. I don't understand what the point of it is. Like, we've got technology, okay? It doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Like, why not just build on it and make a fun environment? Why be like, oh, but it's not like like everything's not natural. Bro, go live on the sticks.
Right,
oh, you
right.
have a bed? A bed's not natural. A bed's made by human. Like, go live on the sticks, okay? Go like, oh, you shop at a supermarket? Don't do that. Like, what's wrong with humans just progressing and making life
Right.
nicer?
Well, it's like I said, when you're coding video games or anything, it takes like 10 steps to make one thing happen. And then those 10 steps like tangle up with other 10 steps. And then it ends up taking 100 steps to make one thing happen. It's not progressing fast enough. And so we get a lot more out of our investment resources and stocks. We invest in something more human like
Yourself.
No.
Damn, invest in yourself. Okay, sorry. Okay,
Right.
the time was up. Chat one, if you feel like if you feel like
We need to invest in
video
more
games are too
human
advanced now.
dystopias.
Two, if you feel like it's fine. That's a good thing. It's nice to be able to
Like
go on your
we-
computer
we-
and have fun.
We kind of deconstructed
And
human
meet people from all over the
socializing,
world.
go into cyber socializing.
Bro, but people
We
have
kind of
been
need
thinking
something
about
more
this for so
human,
long.
more social.
Like, people have been thinking about this. What do you mean? Like, we're being social right now, okay? You wouldn't be talking to me. We would never have
And
met
if we
each
met
other
in person,
ever.
we
No, but
probably
we wouldn't
wouldn't
meet in person. We would never
that
meet in
much
person,
either.
bro, okay? You're
Exactly,
thousands
that's
of
what-
miles away from me. We never
And
would
it's
have
just
met if it wasn't
not
for the
constructive.
internet and this stream,
And we
okay?
should
I never
deconstruct it.
would have met anyone in chat, okay? I'm 99.9999% certain, okay, that the likelihood that any of us would have ever met ever and crossed paths in life ever, okay, is pretty much zero. Okay, so I really love the internet.
If
Okay,
we
I feel like
rather
it's really
invested,
social.
if we took our investment away from video games and put it into something like gyroscopic stabilization, we could have like say like planes or something that are more stable that we're able to hang out with each other more. It's like
Yeah, but
take
that
away the
wouldn't
video
happen.
games, put it into something.
Also, why go on
What
a
do you mean?
plane
Hold
when
on.
you can just get on a cool? It's so nice. It's so easy. Like,
Because it's not the same dystopia
planes
for
are
your mind.
horrible. They give you jet lag. They smell. That ugh. Like, I'm very lucky about. Hold on, I'm sorry. That was a read bait.
That's
I'm
because
very
of the
lucky in my
dystopia
life
we're
to be
in. We're
able
in
to
the
get on a
video game
plane.
dystopia
Okay,
where
I
we're
love
talking-
planes. Planes are
talking over
amazing.
the phone
The fact that I've been on a
because of that. We
plane,
don't-
I'm
hold
very
on,
privileged.
Here's
But
a-
okay,
here's what I
oh my
said. This-
gosh, how much nicer is
Where's
just
it?
calling someone, bro? Like, what?
But here's the thing. Okay, so we have this dystopia calling each other where we think we don't have to take care of our bodies and stuff. If we planes and where we hung out, we would have a dystopia that says, take care of, like, wear a face mask, protect your body more because you're
Okay,
flying around.
Holly,
You would know to take better care of your social standing.
Holly,
These
the
social
vote
matters.
has been placed. But thank you very much
No,
for
yeah,
coming
okay.
on.
I made my argument. Thank you.
I appreciate it. And Holly, I guess I'll never see you again if you
Oh, that's okay.
undownload the internet because it's dystopian and we'll never cross paths ever in life because we only cross paths in life because of the internet in the first place.
All right, I'm down. Or deal.
Damn.
I don't know.
Damn. Chat, would you rather that?